Welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me here today. Today we'll be doing a nice little interesting painting. I hope you could follow along with me. Let me run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me. While they're doing that, let me tell you what I got done up here. I have my 16 by 20 inch canvas, pre-stretched, double prime, and what I had the liberty to do is on my white canvas, I got some burnt umber and acrylic paint and a little bit of white and just started drawing what I wanted to do. After all the acrylic dried up, I added a thin layer of the liquid clear rather than that. It's slick, it's wet, it's ready to go. So we can get started with today's painting. So this just helps with really just knowing where you want to go in your painting. I'm gonna go into a little bit of phthalo blue on my 2-inch brush. Just tap some phthalo blue there. And since I put liquid clear on there, I'm going to be adding liquid white to my paints when I'm mixing them when I feel as needed. So just adding a little bit of liquid white just to sort of lighten the color up and just go across nicely. The reason why I put liquid clear instead of putting liquid white is because I didn't want to get rid of that background I did. I worked a good amount on it. Probably took me like 30 minutes, a whole painting. But it's just doing the same things just with acrylic paint. And it dries up more quicker. So the challenge for me was really finding how to counteract that problem, you can say. There. Just add in nice color. And what I'm going to do before I go even further with this, I'm going to load up my fan brush with titanium white paint. And let's come up here, and I already had a cloud in mind over here. There we are. But you don't have to do this sketch. I just thought it'd be interesting to do. Usually when I'm doing this, I kind of freehand it and see what comes out. Bob would also kind of make you think he'd freehand it. So I just thought it would look interesting to see someone do it like this. Maybe a little bit of Prussian blue. Just darken things up a bit. There. Just a bit. There we are. Just want color in those corners. Now I did mess up my cloud a bit, but it's okay. We don't cry over our mistakes. We just fix them. There's some people who think it's over after they've done a simple mistake. It's not over. Nothing's over. Okay, we have our cloud over there, and we have our sky. Now, let's go over here to our glacier. I thought today we could do a nice little glacier type thing. So I'm going to go into some sap green and a little bit of alizarin crimson just to mix up a nice brown color. I just want nice brown just to be able to use as a base underneath there. Just mix it up nice and well. And then a little bit of mountain mixture. Just a little bit to darken it. Okay, let me grab my flat brush and load up some paint into your brush. Look at that. Okay, this is how the brush looks. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we are. Full of paint. Let's come up here. Let's decide where our darks would probably be. And I kind of sketched it with values, so I kind of already have an idea where I want my darks, my lights to be. I have a general concept there. There we are. Over here, there would be a little bit of that color just showing through there. And then over here would be some white, some leftover snow. Just make sure you load up your brush full with paint. It's the most important thing you can do there. And over here, I put for a rock to be there. Okay, now let me grab my fan brush. You don't have to use fan brush. You can use a palette knife, or you can get away with any brush really. But I just want a nice brush stroke appearance. Just pulling down a little bit of that white, just a little bit. Now let's get some white in my color, in my brown color. So a little bit of white. Let me actually use also liquid white. Serves as a color to light it up and also to thin it out. As you know, a thin paint will stick onto a thicker paint when it comes to the wet on wet technique. Okay, and maybe right here, there. So just add in your values, let them come all together there. There we are. I thought this would be cool because it's something different that I don't usually do. Something to change it up a bit. There. And I'm gonna add some of that dark over here so I can sort of contrast that highlight point. Let me just zoom in a bit. That highlight point right there, I want to kind of contrast it. So in order to do that, I'm going to go darker and the surroundings lighter in there. So just going lighter. Now let me zoom back out to usual. Let me see how this works. I'm using a new app, testing out the way the cameras work and all that. I thought I could put my things to use for once and for all. Okay, I have an app helping me, and just trying to produce the best things I can for you guys. So if you can, show your support by leaving a like, a follow, share these videos. Really helps me out. There. Just adding in a couple little shadows. There we are. Shoom. I just want a multitude of colors, really. That's all I'm really looking for. Just lots of colors. There. Okay, let me add a little more liquid white to my original color. And just come up here and very lightly just graze up something. There. There we are. There. I think it looks interesting because it has so many things going on there. Yet you don't know where to look at. There. Just adding a couple little extra little highlight parts right there. So after doing that, let me grab a 1-inch brush and just lightly pull and blend these out. Lightly. Don't want to destroy all of this. I'm going to go back into my titanium white and just a little bit of that snow would fall down. Just a little. There. One reason I chose to paint the canvas this I think it was burnt umber. I don't even know at this point. But the reason why I did it was because people were saying it helps with the way you view your values and all that. So you see more true values instead of being blinded by that bright white color that you always have on. Just mixing up a green, a little bit of sap green, a little bit of cadmium yellow, a little bit of phthalo green, and a little bit of brown just to kind of dull it down. And just adding in some grass. Don't worry, I'm gonna shine it up a bit. But right now I'm just blocking in that basic color. There. Okay. Grab cadmium yellow, a little bit of that green color, a little bit of liquid white. Just a little bit of everything. There. There we are. Very, very delicate. It's a delicate touch. Okay? And just grab it and pull it down. There we are. Now, let's go back into some black and that green color. Maybe a little bit of brown just to dull it out. Brown will dull out your greens. And let's come up here. It's out in the distance. That's why I want it somewhat dull. And just block it in. If you guys want to see the process of me preparing this canvas with the acrylic paint and all that, leave me a comment and I'll try to see if I can record a video of myself preparing it for you guys. I just want to know what you guys are looking for. You guys don't tell me, I can't guess. You guys don't tell me, I do what I like, which is more somewhat realistic ones. I'm not the type to, I mean, I've done it before, but I'm not the type to paint a UFO or to paint stuff like that, like stuff more creative. I just like sticking with something that actually looks like a landscape. I don't know, but I love doing what you guys recommend. It turns out to be fun. There, just pull it, go across, and lift up ever so gently that paint just to make it look like tons of sharp trees. Now we got that going on. Let's make this interesting. So let me pile up some paint. Let me clear my palette out. There. Even with a palette this big, how I say, not all the time, but how I say frequently, I still run out of space. Okay, since I want to do like an orange, like a lavender, how you call it? Like fall scene, I won't be using mountain mixture, so I'm mixing up a little bit of alizarin crimson and Prussian blue to give me a nice lavender color, and a little bit of white, just a little bit. Okay, let me just wipe off my brush on a nice piece of paper, load up my flat brush full with paint right here. There we are. You can see that. And let's just decide where our bushes live. This is how I painted my shapes of the bushes when I was putting gesso on. I used the flat brush. I didn't even use my 1-inch. Now I want to create layers in this. I don't want it to look flat. Okay. There, maybe like so. Because it got covered up, so I can't see where I would want it, but now I want it right there. So we make it up on the spot. There. Let's make this one a big one. Okay. Got the base color going on. Just kind of drag that color. There we are. Now, let me clear up my palette once again. Just making sure I have a clean space to work on. Let me clear up that green I had. So I'm going to grab cadmium yellow and bright red. Just give me a nice orangey color. Okay. Now, let me go ahead, kind of tap off my brush a bit, just a little, and a little bit of liquid white, and pulling my 1-inch brush through this orange color I made, but one direction. I'll curve one side just a bit. So you have that little curved side or whatever. Let's come up here. I think this one. There. No pressure whatsoever. Okay. Maybe over here there lives another little bush. A little bit more bright red in that color. Switch up the values. Maybe. There we are. Okay. Maybe more cadmium yellow. Just think of whatever you would like, and you can do it pretty easily. Okay, maybe there was a nice orange bush there. I don't know, become creative. Think of what colors would look where and all that. I'm just doing colors where certain things can stand out a little better of lighting and colors and all that good stuff. I am not thinking of I want this color, I don't. I'm thinking where would it contrast the most? There. There we are. Maybe let's have a sparkler over here. There. Don't kill all your dark as if the dark owes you money. You gotta save that darkness. That dark is what helps bring your bushes to life. Maybe right here. Yeah, that looks nice. Maybe, boom, something there. Okay, over here. There we are. There. Maybe more cadmium yellow this time. You wouldn't see much of these. These are going to be covered by the trees. So you can kind of stress less about those. And I'm just going to do is cut some sticks and twigs. You know what? That orange one, that center one, it's right in the center. And I don't think it looks the best. So just going over it, fixing it up. It had too much liquid white. That was the issue. You just gotta know what you did wrong and fix it up. If you don't know, that's where it gets a little tricky, because then you have to guess. There. Just a few little sticks and twigs. Now, let me go straight into this orangey color. We're gonna make this like a fall type scene. And just come up here. There. Let me just. Okay. You decide. I'm trying to decide which bush would be where in terms of layers and all that. Okay, maybe a little more bright red. Just a little bit. Ooh, that's a firecracker. You'll see it right now. Look, just wiggle your brush and push up that paint. I love showing you guys my palette when I'm working, but then when I'm editing, I'm like, why did I do that? Because it's a little extra work, but I love doing it. Because if I was watching someone, I would want them to do it. So I do what I think I would have wanted. Okay, load up your brush. There. This is a good fall scenery. Okay, I think that looks good. I think so. I think we got nice color going on. So to that lavender, I'm going to add in a little phthalo blue. Just pick it up on my flat brush. And more titanium white. I need this to be light. That's still too dark. I'm gonna thin it out as well so it goes on easier. There. Shoot. There we are. Sort of just blocking in. There, and just a little highlight, but blending it out. There we are. A few little over here. Now, let's go ahead. Let's reflect some of that orangey fall type feel into the water. Let's just reflect it in there. What the heck? Okay, go across ever so lightly. There we are. Damn, time goes by real quick. Okay, a little bit more Prussian blue, a little bit of that black, a little bit of the crimson. Just trying to mix up a lavender where I can use over here. Okay, just blocking in really. The only part I don't like blocking in. And we can pull that out. Let's go ahead, make this nice orange color. There. How does that look for fall? I really delayed myself from doing the fall painting, but not anymore. I thought I just had to do it because I tend to say we're gonna do a fall painting and it just goes to bright green and all that, and I just forget. I forget. Today I was like, no, for sure we're doing the fall scene. This painting wouldn't look better if it wasn't a fall type painting. Just had to be fall. A little bit of black with mountain mixture. There. There we are. There. That easy. Okay. Let me mix up nice brown color. Let me clean up the pile of paint that I have going on. Let's grab a little bit of red, a little bit of green, a little bit of both colors. I want it more to the red side. And a little bit of white. Look at that. Can I get it to focus? It's really hard to get this to focus anytime I'm filming. Ooh. And since it's marbled, looks gorgeous against that orange too. Ooh. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Let's grab a fan brush. Let's go into mountain mixture. And here we have where our tree is gonna go, the layout already. There we are. All we have to do is really just trace. That's the easy part and the best part about already pre-painting it with gesso. All you gotta do is just trace. But then after a certain amount of paint, you kind of lose it. So then there's where you don't trace no more. You actually paint. Especially if the colors are opaque, because transparent colors, you'll still see your silhouette. There we are. I think to contrast everything, I need to do the trees like little green, just to have that nice little contrast. And over here I had right around here, I don't forget, especially if it's right in front of my face, I won't forget. Okay, load up your brush every time you do this. And if you don't trace some leaves, it'll look like some distant leaves of that tree. It won't look bad, trust. Just trust the process. That's the best I can tell you right now. There. And I painted the trees with the flat brush, but I didn't feel like doing it today. Today I felt like a fan brush. I just wanted to speed it up a bit. There. How's that? Little tree trunk that we might see here and there. Here and there and there and here. Ever so gentle though. Okay, so I'm going to go into a little bit of phthalo green, a little bit of cadmium yellow, a little touch of liquid white. Let's go ahead and just highlight these evergreen. That contrast looks so nice. It's nice dark, and around it's orangey, so that green stands out. Usually these trees kind of blend in. Not this time. This time this tree stands out like a glove. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I gotta wrap it up. I'm getting the signal to close it. There. There we are. There. Now, let me clear up my palette. Just like so. And I'm going to go ahead, a little bit of cadmium yellow, pull it one direction, and just poop. Maybe some bright red, like a good amount of bright red. And maybe, and it'll stand out because we got that green going on. As long as you have a very different color, it'll stand out. If you put orange on top of orange, like over here, it's harder, but you can still do it. But green on green, very hard to stand out. Um, Orange on orange, same thing. Red on red. Just making a few little shrubs, little bushes. I don't know. A little bit of liquid white, bright red. Just make it a sparkler. Okay. There. Okay. And then I'm just gonna scratch in a few little sticks, twigs. And then to finish it off, I must do the tree. Shoom. Big old tree. And I remember I had a couple little bushes just covering the base. Okay, a little bit of liquid white, a little bit of that brown color. And then shoop, kind of blended in too much. I don't want it to be a black tree, so I have to mix up brown real quick. Alizarin crimson, sap green gives me a nice brown color. Then I add a little bit of white. Okay, load up my brush. There we are. Load it up. There. Just chisel that sharp point. There we are. And then a bush or two. And we're done for today. I really hope you enjoyed this painting. Try this painting out. If you try this painting, send me an email. I would love to see your work. I'd like to wish each and every one of you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, my friends. Goodbye.